Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the Post-Apocalyptic News Radio, your only source for latest goings-on, a little corner of the post-apocalyptic wasteland we call home. Our top story tonight, a curious building is being built in the wasteland. More on that later tonight. For now, let's look at tomorrow's weather report. Today's storm will continue through tomorrow, dropping temperatures further to a range of 23 and 21 degrees Celsius. Wind speeds are holding at 15 kilometers per hour. Parts of the wasteland have been struck by tornadoes. We encourage you to take shelter in secure structures and avoid going outside. Now moving on to more pressing matters. Let's discuss survival. More accurately, let's talk survival cooking. More specifically, let's talk quality survival culinary. Most of us haven't had a decent meal since the world ended, living off the scraps of the world past, or risking contaminated meat hunted from our new furry friends. Often bland or bitter, these meals leave us wanting. However, thanks to a kind soul traveling the wastes, I know a few things you can do to better your meals. Do you miss the sweet delight of sweets, chocolates, mints, and all the happy foods? Then have I got a story for you. In the newly minted settlement of Ambertown, a miracle has occurred. One Will Rock has opened shop selling 73 varieties of candies. From honey hearts to licorice licks, they can all be yours. Pricing is incredibly reasonable at 1 cube a pound. We here at PANR inquired as to how Mr. Rock created such delights, hoping to share the information with you, my faithful listeners. But he never gave a straight answer, only saying that everything we need is below. A cryptic instruction to be sure. While we try to puzzle that out, go give Mr. Rock your business and tell him we sent you. Your first pound is free if you do. Moving on, friends, families, and loved ones have all been separated by the vast wasteland. Our mailing services are unreliable, facing the dangers of the wastes alone. They risk their lives that we are not forgotten or estranged. By popular harassment, we're closing that distance. Stay tuned for letters from home. This letter is from Danny Bright, addressed to PANR, to read for one Eli Bone. The letter reads, Dear Eli, I've got a job for you. If you're near Temvit, they're in need of a teacher for their schoolhouse. I know it's been a while, but it's what you did before, and you love teaching. Not to mention there are children here who were born after the incident. Who's going to teach them about how things were? So, please come. Danny Bright. Well, Mr. Eli, you seem to have an important job waiting. We wish you the best of luck. Moving on, I'm afraid we must give our benefactors a moment to speak. But don't you go anywhere, because we'll be right back with more of the latest. Michael Stone's mining company needs you. Follow us deep into the earth, collect precious metals, and discover new and exciting life. Sign up at Dim Mine, west of Ambertown. Do you squint and struggle to read? Do faces seem blurred and ill-defined? Is it impossible to find small objects? Your eyes may be lost to age, disease, or mutations. Come to Optics Robotics in Vapmia. And we're back with more of the latest. The world outside has changed. The environment has grown cruel and harsh. Water and foods have become prized commodities, and all the creatures we once knew have had to adapt. Some are kind, some strange, many monstrous. Let's discuss our new wasteland fauna. Waxworms are peculiar things. They are small worm-like creatures with white flesh that loathe the direct sun. They consume nutrients by boring through the earth, filtering out anything it cannot eat. Once ready, they surface and climb structures, telephone poles, or anything really. It's here that they wrap themselves in a waxy cocoon. For a period of 3 weeks, they are dormant. But when they emerge, they are moth-like creatures, nocturnal herbivores that have adapted to the wasteland flora. Behind are left the cocoons. They are made of wax. They can be melted down and used to make candles, stamps, or anything really. They are an incredibly useful creature to be sure. Moving on. It's no secret that this world is a dangerous place. People have grown desperate and taken to helping themselves steal stuff when you're least prepared. Stay ready. Stay informed of the latest reported bandit movements. The door choppers have reached the MCR border. Where most would be captured, these hooligans were met, welcomed, and allowed to enter the MCR territory unimpeded. We do not know what this could mean for us, but I strongly urge you to repair and fortify your homes. If you cannot, then head for a walled settlement. Most of all, be careful out there. It's a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But with that, we're into our top story tonight. Strange buildings have started construction in the wasteland, made of sandstone, adobe, and bones. The architect is nowhere to be seen, and workers there are unwilling to speak to us, saying only, quote, "Sorry, we signed an NDA." The structure appears to resemble an ancient Greek or Roman-style structure, but for what purpose it is being made or by who, we cannot say. But with that, I'm afraid we're out of time. I should like to thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you all the very best. And if you're truly out there, good luck.